I'm just about to the summit of Mount Work. This will be my first summit for the day, and then I'll run down the south face to the Fork Lake trailhead and turn around and summit again via the south route. And after that I'll bail back down the north and run back to my car and finish up my 14 miler with a few extra side trails. Overall, it's a beautiful day. So I made the summit in 33 minutes, which is about average for where I'm at right now with my shape. But as you can see, a really anticlimactic summit. It's pretty boring. This hill's a rounded glaciated hill, so you don't get that really sharp prominence at the top. But there is some nice views down the trail, just a short ways. I'll stop there, get a drink, take a look around, and then keep heading down. So this is the summit of Mount Work, about 1,500 feet vertical from the ocean. This week's been pretty good. I started out my run I actually started Monday with hiking. I took my family to Munn Park, which is a nice coastal trail, and we hiked for a couple hours out there. I put my daughter in my backpack, so that was good cross training. Could really feel it in the legs as you climbed up and over all those headlands. Tuesday I did a really nice Mount Dog run. It's probably one of my better ones. I was 0.6 of a second from breaking the 1 hour mark, which I was super excited about. It's been a while since I've been running Mount Dog in less than an hour, so that'll be good. And then on Wednesday I did a flat chip trail around the university. It was an interesting run. I did it in the dark, and I ran into so many deer. I haven't run into that many deer for quite a while. Just got within a meter or two of some big bucks, and it's kind of creepy. You keep worrying that one of them is going to get startled and charge or something. And then I had another weird experience on that same trail. It was during the night. I was running, and it was kind of dark. I couldn't see well. I didn't have a light, and a big owl came down and swooped, and his talons came a few inches from my head. Just totally scared me to death, and I just thought it was a fluke and that it just had been flying along the trail and then came across me and veered off. But like 10 minutes later, the owl came back and did the same thing, and really scared me that time. I kind of screamed like a baby, but luckily I didn't get a talon to the head. So Thursday I did another Mount Dog run, and that one wasn't too bad. It was a minute slower than the previous Tuesday's run, but considering I had pushed pretty hard the previous 2 days, that wasn't bad at all. And now I'm took a rest day Friday, and today is Saturday, and I'm doing Mount Work, and I summited in 33 minutes, which isn't great. I think I can shave a good 8 minutes off from that as I get more fit. So that'll be my goal, is to get it down to the 25-minute range. That'd be pretty nice. So now I'm going to go cruise down the south slope, and then there's some long flat single track that goes to a lake called Fork Lake. I'll hit that and then turn around and come back up and over and do some mileage on some of these other side trails and just try to get my 14 miles for the day. Here's a view of Fork Lake just through the trees here. Beautiful little lake tucked away in the bush. You can hardly even see it, but it's got some beautiful lake houses on it too. I'd love to live in one of those. Anyways, I was doing well, and then I got stung by something nasty right on my calf. I probably haven't been stung in, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, so that was unfortunate. It's kind of thrown me off my game, but anyways, I ran to Munn Park, the other parking lot, the other trailhead, and I'm turned around now, and I'm gonna go head up the next 13 to 1500 feet of Mount Work, and hopefully my legs and stuff hold up. So here's Fork Lake again, slightly better view. Beautiful homes out here. Just saw some really fresh bear poo. Helps keep you aware that you're definitely running in bear country. I haven't ran across the bear yet while I've been out on the trails, but I've come close. So here's the floating boardwalk that skirts the end of the lake. The south side is pretty steep, like all mountains on the southern half of the island. The north slopes are pretty shallow and gentle, and the south slopes are all very steep. And the reason being, during the Ice Age, all the glaciers flowed from north to south. So when they hit these mountains, they really plowed into the north end and scoured it, smoothed it out. But by the time it reached the south end, the glacier would depressurize, melt some, that water would get in cracks, freeze and thaw, and literally bust the whole south slope open, and then the glacier would pluck rocks off from the south slope, making it like a cliff. They call that roche montagnais, which is literally a rock sheep, or it also refers to the gray powdered wigs they wore back in the colonial times. So anyways, that's why all these mountains are quite hard as you go up the south slope, and pretty gentle on the north. So here's the arbutus tree. I think that the arbutus forests on Mount Work are probably one of my favorite forests on the whole island. The arbutus tree is interesting for several reasons. It's an evergreen, a broadleafed evergreen, meaning it doesn't lose its leaves ever, and it also has this interesting red bark that feels like paint on an old cabinet. And so I think this forest is awesome. Of all the forests I've run on southern Vancouver Island, this one on the south slope of Mount Work is about the coolest, I think. I made Summit again. It took me exactly 30 minutes, so not too bad. As I sit right now, I'm about an hour and 22 minutes into my run. So now I just need to cruise back down to the car. That should only take 15 minutes or so. And then do a bit of flat trail running to get my 14 miles in.